Thank you for joining us for day 4 of the Fit to Lead Recovery Challenge. I'm Teresa Holdsworth.
And I'm Tyler Fadak.
Today we're going to be addressing the external hip rotators, the muscles that turn our hip out. Tyler has a foam roller that he's going to be using. So if you have a foam roller, you can follow him. Otherwise, if you have a massage ball, a tennis ball, or a lacrosse ball, you can follow me. But just before we get into the release, I just want to show you on my skeleton here where we're going to put the roller and the ball, just so that we're specific and we don't put the in the wrong area on the bone. So you've got two halves to your pelvis. Whether you're using the ball or the roller, you're going to put it just on one half of the pelvis. So I'm only going to be addressing one side of the pelvis at a time for that release. Then when we get into the second one, which is for the hip or the tensor fasciae lata, we're going to put it in the groove here. And I can show again at that point. But for now, you want to lay down so that you're only on one half of your pelvis. We never want to put the roller or the ball on the actual spine or vertebrae. Okay, so let's get started. So again, if you're following Tyler, he's using the roller. And if you're following me, I'm using the massage ball. We're both going to put the ball underneath our right hip, underneath the glute. Okay, so I'm right in the center. So if you're following me and Tyler, you're using the top of the thigh bone as your gauge. So he's actually rotated his pelvis so that he's only on one half of the pelvis. I'm putting the ball right in the center of my cheek where my back pocket would be. So you want to relax your arms. If you're following Tyler, you're going to do 4 rolls up and down, making sure that you don't go past the top of the pelvis. If you're following me with the ball, we're going to do 4 knee bends. Okay, here we go. So Tyler's rolling. And I'm bringing my knees up and then slowly down. And again, we want to go nice and slow and out. So if you find that when you squat that your knees go out to the side, that would be a sign maybe that these muscles are tight on you. And we'll do last one. Good. So I'm going to keep my knee down. Tyler's going to take his top leg and he's going to span over towards us. And I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to span out to the side. Here we go. Take a breath in and then exhale back. So we're trying to break up the adhesions now in that area and go out and in. Tyler's now going to roll the roller so it's a little bit higher. So maybe to where your top of your back pocket would be. I'm going to stay here. He's going to continue with his spans. And if you're following me, you're now going to take your knee in across your body 2 times. Here we go. Breath in, exhale. Good. And one more. Span and back. Good job. That might have felt a little owie because I know it does get deep into that area. Let's switch to the other side of the pelvis now. Okay, so if you're following me, you're going to put the ball right in the center of the cheek where your pocket would be. And if you're with Tyler, your hip is on a bit of an angle. Top hip up, bottom hip down on the roller. Okay, he's going to roll and I'm going to bend my knee. Here we go. 4 of them for both. Breath in, exhale. When Tyler's rolling, he's not rolling up past the top of his pelvis. He's rolling just to about where his top of his pocket would be if he had a pocket. And out. Breath in, and I am hip height right in the center of that pelvis. One more. Good. And my foot comes down. Tyler's going to take his top leg. He is now hip height, as am I. He's going to span over, and I'm going to take my leg out to the side. He's going to span. Yep, spans over, and then back up. Good. And span over and up. We'll stay here for a second while the foam roller people can move the roller to the top of their pocket. Okay, you guys are still going to span, but now the ball people, we're going to take our knees the other way 2 times. Here we go. Breath in, and then exhale, and one more. Over and back. Good job. Let's add on. We're going to roll over onto our side for the TFL. So I'll get Tyler to get into spot while I show you on the skeleton again where we're going to be. So here's the top of the thigh bone, the front of the pelvis, and the top. So right here at the side. So if you have the massage ball, it's going to fit just nicely in between those three bones there, or where the three parts are of the bones. The roller is going to sit right there on the hip in that groove. So let's go on to our right side. Again, hip mobility is really, really important. We're going to bend our knees at the bottom. My back foot is bent, top leg in front. So right at the top of the thigh bone, and we're going to roll just to the top of the pelvis, but not on the bone, and then slowly roll back. So it's a tiny little area. And again, the reason why we want to roll this is because hip mobility is important so that it doesn't put stress on my knee or my lower back, which are the two stable areas above and below. That's it. One more. And we'll pause here. We're going to take our back bottom feet. We're going to lift them up, which rocks us forward and back. So this is where we're trying to unstick the tissue. Breath in, exhale. So if your low back or your knees hurt, there might be some mobility issues with your hip. Two more. And last one. Good. Let's flip to the other side. So again, this is your tensor fasciae lata. So we're on the left side now. You want to get just above the top of the thigh bone or the femur, behind the front of the pelvis, and below the top of the pelvis. And we're just doing a nice little slow roll down and back. And again, it's a very small area, especially if you're on the roller like Tyler. He's got a bigger diameter, so he has probably less rolling. If you've got the ball or a smaller ball than me, you're going to have more surface to roll. And pause. Good. And now we'll take our back legs and we'll pick them up to rock forward a bit and back. This is where we're trying to now unstick the adhesions. Breath in, exhale. We'll do two more. And last one. Good. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.